Greetings and thank you for joining us at FutureMoneyTrends.com. I have a special interview for everybody. This past week, we updated everybody on MX Goldcorp. It trades on the TSX Venture under MXL and on the OTC under MXLGF. It's had a massive breakout here. It's the one to watch, I believe, for the rest of 2016. This is a near-term gold producer. They had massive news at the end of June, but it really became official only in the past 48, 72 hours as you listen to this. The man we're interviewing today worked for Barrick Gold, Kinross. Most recently was a mine manager for one of Goldcorp's most profitable mines. This man is a mine manager, project developer, and really the guy you need to successfully implement a gold mine. And he literally just left a $15 million market cap company to manage this less than $50 million market cap. And I say less than $50 million Canadian. We have two guests, Berts Expectations, who is the president of MX Goldcorp. And we also have Ken Philippi, who is the CFO. Bert and Ken, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Daniel. Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Bert, let's start with you, sir. First off, thank you so much for being on the show. You've had a chance to go to the property while you were looking at potentially becoming the president. Now you're back at the project. This is your first interview, so we have an exclusive interview. I thank you for that. You've had a chance to go there a few times to see the project. What are your personal expectations for this small gold junior company? Because I think it's significant that, you didn't have to do this, but now you've come in and you've come to manage this specific mine. What are your personal expectations?
My personal expectations are to deliver consistent results to the shareholders of the company. My due diligence involves a technical review of the mine itself. The mill and the permanent tailings dam in our part of British Columbia is an absolute gem. It is a once in a lifetime opportunity, in my opinion, to be able to bring the two properties together. And from what I have been able to learn, we have a management team that has been and is coming in place that is absolutely staggering, and I am absolutely convinced we will deliver on a consistent basis. I'm not finding what I would call project flaws. And for a property and a company at our stage to not be able to find those flaws is it's an incredible piece of happiness.
Ken, you're the CFO. Are there any major obstacles before production can begin for MX Gold? Any major permits, any vote from the locals, anything investors should know about?
Well, we've been doing community meetings for the last few months now, and so far so good. We've had no hitting our heads against the wall with anybody. The ministry has been great. We've got a few more ministry meetings coming up this month and early in September. We believe that everybody is on side. When we've been submitting our work permits and all of our programs, nobody has named them. Everybody's been gung-ho, and they want to see the employment in British Columbia and us as a smaller company turn into a bigger company. At one point in time, I know that when the mine was running, when it was a molybdenum mine, it employed almost around 200 people in British Columbia, and that's a lot of people to employ. So when you're driving around and when you're buying equipment or buying fuel or talking to the local community, you've got a lot of people cheering for us and really wanting to see this open. I went to, when we went and did a property visit in Revelstoke and stayed at one of the hotels, the person running the front desk said, "Oh, my brother used to work there. Oh, my sister used to work there." It was one of the things that the community needs again, and it could, because it's all smaller towns, but it's all built historically off of silver and gold. They need to see this employment, so they're all for it. It's been a very positive event for us.
Well, and these are great paying jobs as well. Bert, once production begins, first of all, when do you expect production? And once production does begin, what is the next step for the company?
We will begin production in 2 states. We've got permitted 10,000 ton bulk sample, and I expect we will feed in a month and a half period between the first week of November, and it's going to be delivered for Christmas. We expect to be in full production, plus or minus a couple weeks, at the end of January. And there are some baseline studies required that are ongoing now, where we're prioritizing a few more detailed permits water discharge. We've got the Ministry of Transportation and Highways road junction permit that requires some small engineering requirements. And other than that, we just have to make sure we're getting good at what we're doing. The biggest cost risk that I see is mining dilution, because we've got the trucking component up the road, and then we want to be milling ore, not waste. We're very confident in the team we've got coming in to do the mine.
Ken, if a private business, private company, I looked at this analogy so many times in the bear market. If a private company was going to come in and they wanted to write a check to build the mill, not even talking about the gold assets, but just the mill, what would the size of that check look like? And I want listeners to keep in mind that the entire market cap of MX Goldcorp is currently under 50 million Canadian. So what is the mill worth? I mean, you're talking about years of permits, construction, everything from utilities to all the equipment. What is that worth? What is the value of that?
Well, Bert, you were there yesterday, but when we went up and did a site visit about 2 weeks ago, again, if you were to rebuild this, we have guys saying as high as $200 million in a good 5 years of trying to get your tailings pond. And as you know, time is money. But, I would say it's a good $150 to $200 million to replace this. This is a 1,000 to 2,000 ton per day operation that was shut down in 2012, and it's in mint condition. The other thing is, too, when we acquired this asset, Daniel, and this is the thing I like being a CFO, it came with a $50 million tax law. So, as you understand, with our production schedule, we believe we're going to produce tax-free for a year and a half. With that being said as well, which we didn't go over yet, is the cost of production. In our PEA, we updated our PEA just recently, 780 Canadian to produce this gold out of the ground, because the grade is such a high grade gold, copper, silver component. And it's wide, so dilution's not a factor. It's a wide epithermal deposit. We believe that with 780 costs all in, that's everything. And gold sitting right now, I see it's up another $5 today, at $1,350, $650, times that by 1.3. You're looking at $1,700, $1,800 gold Canadian. So we're going to make close to $1,000 per ounce.
That's
Canadian.
That's incredible. So it's a low cash cost producer. Production is literally this year. It will fully commence in 2017. Bert, you've been in the business for 37 years. There's a lot of investors listening to this show. This is the first time they've been investing in gold or gold stocks. I wanted to ask you, how did the bear market that we just came out of compare to previous decades? And with that statement, do you also agree and believe that we are now in a confirmed bull market?
Yes, I do. I guess through my own personal contact, the people that I did my due diligence with, the interest is starting to come back into the gold sector, and I think it's top to bottom and across the board. Being in Canada, Ken referred to this earlier, being in Canada, being in this part of Canada, I think puts us at the pinnacle of the sector interest. We're in a good political jurisdiction. We're in a good geographic area within Canada, and people want to invest. Well, people always want to invest in gold, and they've just had to wait out the cycle, and I think we're now coming right into it.
Ken, in closing, for investors looking at MX Goldcorp, all the newsletters are coming out with all these gold picks. It is a bull market. What separates MX Goldcorp from the other companies in your category? Ken?
Sorry. It just cut out there. What was that? What separates MXL from the rest of the gold companies?
If an investor is looking at MX Goldcorp, or they're looking at another company that, let's say, is nearing production or exploration, what makes MX Goldcorp stand out for you?
For me, it's the low cost to go into production. We've battled through the CapEx multiple times. We've had everybody go over the CapEx for the last year. We've fine-tuned it. The amount of money to go into production for this project is so limited. Everything's been developed. The mill's sitting there. It's turnkey. It's ready to go. Minute amount of money to get that pouring gold bars. The minute amount of money to get into the gold, because there's 2.5 kilometers of underground development at the Willa project for our gold deposit. It's just all the money has been spent by the majors. Like, again, if I go into the mill, Eric Sprott's fund raised somewhere between $20 and $40 million to help build that mill. You've got Noranda, Cominco, British Petroleum. They've spent all the money for us. That's the opportunity here. We've come in and we've gathered assets that are worth over $200 million, not including the deposit. Obviously, the deposit put this through the roof, but you've got everything done for you, Daniel. That's the main thing. And then you've got gold prices cooperating with you. You've got the cost of our delivery of the gold. I just can't see a better fit. And now we have management. Bert, this is where I'm going to give you a bit of kudos. We've got management that has done this for decades of putting mines into production. So I think we've got the assets, we've got the management, and it's very undervalued, the stock price right now. So I think we've got the perfect combination.
All right, Bert McPherson.
Also, buried in the regional place, Daniel, is what sets us apart from some exploration properties or near production. We're ready, and I think that, along with the asset value and the management team, is Ken mentioned, we're ready. I mean, our biggest risk to time right is still is down to the ministry governmental regulator vacation. We're worried that for September 8th. Honestly, we're worried that our September 8th meeting might get shuffled by a couple days forward or backwards and upset everybody else's timetable because of vacation. I just spent a couple days up there discussing, timeline process and trying to make sure we can de-risk anything with respect to our timeline. And that right now stood up is the most, I guess, the highest potential to adjust our golden date of September date.
Bert McPherson, president of MX Goldcorp, and Ken Philippi, the CFO of MX Goldcorp. You can buy shares on the TSX Venture under MXL or on the OTC under MXLGF. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.